Hey, so I have so much I want to talk to everyone about, but one of the biggest things I wanted to share is if you are truly looking for having an amazing relationship, I just have to share that this is definitely not the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Obviously, we know what year it is. Okay, it's 2024. And I'm not saying that the way they did things back then was wrong, but there was a lot of women that were married but were single moms, and I can pretty much bet a lot of money on the fact that these women probably didn't want to have sex all the time. And the husbands were probably sex starved, and they probably didn't understand why, and they probably resented their wives for that. So let's flash forward to 2024. And as you guys know, I have 4 kids, and they're all under the age of 8. And I will just tell you, there's no way that I would be able to be as successful as a parent with them without my husband. And I'm not saying every man has to be like that, but I'm telling the men if they really want someone who is like 100% open to them and wanting to be with them and a joy to be around, because they're happy and pleasant, and the women are pretty much going to be lovely, lovely ladies if they are partnered with, for lack of a better term. They need an actual partner. And I really do feel bad for some of the women that may have had a rough like early marriage or whatnot, like many years ago when they got married and they were just the sole providers for children and the household and etc. Now, men have a very important job to do, especially if they are the breadwinners and the only income for the family. So obviously that is extremely important. So women obviously are, they, from a perspective of their home with the children, and they clean the house and they help raise their children to be loving, respectful individuals. They have a lot on their plate as well. And usually by the end of the day, because of all the multitasking and all the thought process that goes on every waking second, especially if you have more than one child, can really mentally wear down a person. It doesn't even matter if you're a man or woman. I would actually, let me take that back, because my personal beliefs is that women can handle those things differently than men just because of the way they're wired. And it's just what we're meant to do. Obviously, we were meant to carry babies. So obviously God made us in a way where we are meant to be able to take care of the home, take care of the children. Now enter into this current society, which is all about actually for the last probably 25, 30 years, we've been being very strongly fed, women in general, that they need to be like men, essentially, as far as their careers go, or just rising up in the hierarchy of their career and make a lot of money and do it all and look great, right? Be a mom, be very healthy looking, and I said looking, and serve their man and be successful in their job and be a great mom. And and the reality is if you boil down all those hours in a day, there's no way that you could be healthy and do those things, because work-life balance, I personally feel, is a myth. Because if you truly want to be successful, You pick the area that you want to be successful in. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments about that, but I personally believe that you have to pick one thing that you focus on, like as a main focus, because, and as women, like there's so many benefits to focusing on your household and your children and your man, because in doing so, it's almost like fertilizing the garden. You know, it's like taking care of the whole vicinity in which everyone grows. Woo! That came out of nowhere, but yeah, I really think that that's a really good analogy in my opinion. Okay, back to the men that maybe men watching this have been married a long time and they don't get why their wives are I don't even want to say it, crotchety. I don't even know. Crotchety or naggy or whatever. But here's the thing. I'm telling you, like, it's not even like women be like to their men, honey, can't you do this and can't you do that? Like, I don't even ever say that to my husband because, first of all, he does stuff. So I don't have to say it. So kudos to him. But he does the things that he's good at. And, you know, frankly, I'm not allowed to load the dishwasher. Probably sacrilege on the part of being a wife and mom, but he is like Mr. Tetris. And when I was pregnant with our fourth child, maybe it was our third, and he was like, nope, I'm doing the dishes. It's okay. Just sit down. And ever since then, like, he also hates how I load the dishwasher. So, I mean, it's a win for me, I guess. But I also feel like a little bit of an insult, but because I have this programmed into me as a woman, like, you need to be doing the dishes and you need to be folding the laundry and putting it away and mopping the floors every day. But it's like the reality is society is pushing that, right? And you have to develop that partnership with your partner and decide the best things that you guys both do and run with it. And so anyway, so back to my original thought, which was when a woman does not feel overwhelmed because of her husband taking on things when he sees that it just needs to be done, I'm telling you, that opens up the door for like, because women are always thinking, okay, we're not lazy, unless you like legitimately have like a lazy person, like a lazy woman who's just like not taking care of herself, doesn't get off the couch, etc. Obviously there's that laziness. But for the majority of women who have children or, you know, are trying to make something of themselves, they are not lazy. They are not lazy. They're trying to make the best of every situation. And that's the reality. We just keep going and going and going until we're exhausted. And I think we're just meant for that. We're just made for that because kids will make you crazy. But in the long run, I mean, men, if they pick up on a couple of things, like right now, I am literally sitting here on the couch. There's a fire and my husband's working out because I work out in the morning and he works out at night. And I get my quiet time, and he just put the dishes in the dishwasher and he said, hey, I'll meet you up here after my shower. And it's just like that kind of stuff, you know, where he's like not expecting anything of me, and I can literally mentally like separate myself from any of the stressors from the day and just be completely ready for him, to spend time with him and be a happy person, not feeling neglected, not resentful, you know, like there's this like peace, you know, because you both have your own jobs and okay, so what I'm basically trying to say, like, let's say you don't have a girlfriend, let's say you have a wife, whatever, okay, and she is just never happy. What could it be? What could it be? Well, or maybe she just never wants to have sex. Okay, let's just say that. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. If they are feeling ugly because they're not doing enough self-care, they are certainly not going to like open up their bodies to someone. They'll make up any excuse in the book. Two, and that also goes for being unhealthy, like, and not working out. So if you can find time in your day, if you guys have kids, find time in your day to carve out like time for her to go to the gym or work out in your house or go for a walk, and no strings attached. Just, hey babe, why don't you, I got this, why don't you go for like a walk, or go, go. I mean, obviously don't tell her to go to the gym if she doesn't go to the gym, but, and that could be a whole other video I could talk about. But anyways, like just carving out some time for her so that she can feel good about herself gives her the confidence to be like, hey, let's do something with you. Okay. There's that. There's also, it's like she's filling her cup so she can fill other cups. Okay. I love that metaphor because it's so true, because the more full our cup is as women, we just want to give. Like, that's just the type of people we are. We just give. It's just like, it's just how it is. Because, especially with rearing children and things like that. So, but okay. So then you have, okay, so taking care of themselves. Okay. Feeling overwhelmed with what has to be done. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. Okay. They have a long list of things they got to do tomorrow, or they didn't get done today, whatever. So that's on their mind. So one of the things I think is a really big thing for me, and maybe it's just me, but I do think it probably is across the board, would help anyone, creating an ambiance for your partner to relax and to separate themselves from everything that is that day. So for example, right now I'm by the fire, my kids are all asleep, it's quiet, and I'm sitting here with a glass of wine. My husband knows that I'm relaxing. This is his time he wants to work out. And then afterwards, he takes a shower and then we hang out. We'll watch a movie, we'll play chess, we'll make whiskey, whatever it is, we'll do something random. And so the thing is, creating an ambiance for your significant other, or, like picking up the area, right? So that there's no mess. Maybe it's even putting flowers in the room, or preparing, a snack and drinks or whatever, or putting up a movie that's ready to play, and you step away for a little bit and let them have some, time to decompress. And also, by you doing those things, she's literally sitting there looking at the things you did and thinking about how sweet that was. I mean, nothing gets a girl more excited about her man when she can just sit there and look at the cute things that you've done. Just saying. So it really helps someone decompress. And this isn't just because we're women, or just because we're married, or just because, a man's doing something. Like, this is how it works. Like, nobody who's super stressed out thinking about a million things is going to want to have sex and just be super relaxed and like enjoy themselves. They're neurotic. They're on end, or they're on edge. They're like not in the prime situation to want to open up their bodies to you. So men, if you are married and you've been with someone a long time and it's like they don't want to do anything with me anymore, like what's happening? Well, just really honestly take a look at those things. How they feel about themselves because they don't get enough time to themselves, or their help, they don't get to do self-help / like, self-care for themselves. Like, that is essential. They need to, be able to take care of their hair and their body and their skin, and like that is like a benefit to both of you guys, because she's happy and healthy and you get to look at someone who's taking care of themselves. So yeah, I hope this video helps some people. I just wanted to share this because it was a situation where I had immense gratitude for my situation. And anyone can have that. Anyone. It just takes the proper direction of thought, seeing that, hey, Everything is figure outable. You know, if you're in a sexless marriage right now, doesn't mean it's going to be forever, okay? There are ways around it. And obviously, I always promote carezza, so the art of making love without completing the climax, without ejaculation. That is the best way to go because it is an unbelievable experience, hands down. Oh, here goes my husband. So, all right, have a great night, guys. Hope this helps.